Jolie DeFeis. Are you good? I've been practicing. Marketing analyst. Thank you. Thank you for having me. We just graduated a little over 3 years ago, and I don't even have a marketing degree. I actually have a business management and finance degree. But when you're thinking about the term marketing, when you graduate, what are you? Are you a marketer? You know, that's kind of the question that I had with business. When you graduate with a business degree, what do you do? Are you finance? Are you accounting, HR? There's so many different branches. And the same thing with marketing, except marketing actually gives you the flexibility to kind of go into a path that you enjoy. And it's all about choosing something that you enjoy, because otherwise you're going to be miserable, and then you're going to be, looking for other work and other fields and studies. And so the good thing about marketing is that there's so many things that you can do. If you're creative, you like writing, you like drawing, there's just anything. And so I really encourage you to kind of understand what it is that you enjoy and follow that, because you don't want to get stuck in something and invest your money and time into a field which you might not necessarily enjoy moving forward. And so my field is the research field. And I'll just give you a little bit about what I do and what the process is in terms of market research in my industry. And you can stop there. Oh, never mind. So what I do is I do market research for the oil and gas industry. And so what that means is kind of, what you've heard before is marketing is not just brands and how to sell a brand. That's all strategic stuff after the fact. When you identify who your opportunity is and what kind of pain points and how do you sell to that product. And so what I do in the oil and gas industry is a research analyst. And first we have to identify the market. Is oil and gas even going to be a market 10 years from now? Should my company be investing in oil or gas? I mean, what are the things what are the growing sectors of the oil and gas industry? And particularly in my case, the company I work for is we manufacture welding equipment and installation products and cutting equipment, so really industrial stuff. And so when we're talking about the oil and gas industry as a whole, what does that mean to us? Well, we don't care about the actual drilling, for example, or we don't care about the vessels that carry the oil from point A to point B. We care about how is the material being transferred from once it is received. So pipelines. We all have pipelines all throughout the world. And so for us, that's our market. Our market is pipelines, and we need to identify, all right, if we know our market is pipelines, then where are all the pipelines in the world? And how will that market ever increase? And so that's really, market research is all about asking questions. It's where is it? Why is it there? Who's doing it? What kind of work is already being done? Who are the competitors and the players? And then once we get the big picture, we're able to say, all right, we know what the market's like. This is our product. Do we have to change it? How do we sell it? How do we enter, the marketplace? And so here's just a picture of these are the welding solutions that we have. Not trying to advertise, but so once we identify where all these pipelines are, we have to introduce a solution. And in an industry like oil and gas, it's all about engineering a specific product. It's not one size fits all. So it's a really spec-driven product, and every region in the world changes. So we have to fit a product into each region. So we do research for each region individually. So once you introduce the solution and you have the product and you're ready to go, you have to educate the marketplace, and that's part of the conferences and branding and how do you design your brand to tailor to the region that you're about to sell to. And also the promotion part. And in market research, you get to be part of everything, and that's why I like it, is that you're never doing just one thing. You're involved in the whole process from nothing to everything. And then the last robot here is innovation. And in marketing, innovation is key. It's all about, all right, we've done it, it's great, we're making money, now how do we make more money? How do we improve our product? Maybe there's something that we missed in step one. Maybe it's not just pipelines, maybe it was other things like maybe the vessels were an opportunity. So it's really, I personally love market research, and I love the oil and gas industry because I am ADD and I can't stay on one thing for too long. And so it fits me perfectly because I don't just stay in one thing for too long. I get to be part of everything. I even get to be part of the promotion process. You get to travel because you're doing research, and so there's a lot of awesome perks of being a market research analyst, especially if you have an industry that's interesting to you. And that was all part of figuring out what are you interested in, because I'm not even a marketing teacher. So I kind of, you got to push yourself towards things that you're curious about. Otherwise, you kind of end up, bored. And once you're bored and you're not learning anymore, and the people you work with aren't stimulating either, it's kind of, why did you do all this schooling for? So I think that's really it for my part. I really encourage LinkedIn, networking, and internships is really the best way to get a head start in any career choice, especially nowadays. Who you know and who can you reach out to before someone else does. And so feel free to reach out and ask me anything you want on my LinkedIn page. That's all I got.